Hi, guys. Welcome back to the AMP podcast. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all your favorite podcast libraries. And also check us out on agentmentorshipplatform.com for more tips about real estate, if you're involved in real estate or not. Daniel, thanks again for having us in here to Sycamore Studios. Appreciate you very much. Our sponsors, Vault Title, Motto Mortgage, Safe Pro, and D.R. Horton. We're going to jump right into the first segment, and I'm going to introduce some folks around the table. You all are familiar with Gina Warner, one of our co-leaders. Hi, Gina.
Hello. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Afternoon.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, sure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I know it's a drive.
It is a hike. Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't mind.
I got here.
Yeah. Good for you. We have a new face at the table, guys. This is Stephanie O'Brien. She is the marketing director for Vault Title. Stephanie, I just wanted to open up and give you a chance to talk about yourself, how you got to be with Red One and AMP, and take it from there.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me on the podcast. I'm very excited to be here. More importantly, I'm more excited to be with Vault Title and to be with a part of Red One's in-house core services. A little bit about myself. My name is Stephanie O'Brien. I have over 25 years of notary and title experience. But more importantly, I have 25 years of marketing background. I started the marketing department for title companies in Central Ohio. My main focus is geo-farming and agent growth.
Love that.
And yeah, I'm all about the validity behind the data. My vision with marketing is I like to tell houses stories through marketing.
Sure.
And I also like the agents to tell their story through marketing.
Yeah.
And kind of merge it together. I ended up at Red One because I was actually an agent with Red One a few years ago when I took a break from title.
Good deal.
And I believe in Red One's mission and their growth and how their commission structure is. And I wanted to be a big support in growing the agents internally and helping Vault Title grow.
It's one of the top 3 fastest growing brokerages in the state of Ohio. So welcome aboard. We're tickled to death that you're here.
Thank you.
We've had a couple of great conversations, and there's no question in my mind, Gina's going to get a sense of this as well as she gets to know you better. We are going to absolutely crush it with your help. I really appreciate that. What's kind of one of the themes that you like to instigate with the agents, new and experienced agents that you deal with? I see a note there. It says, build your business on a shoestring budget. I kind of like the sound of that.
I am big. So being in marketing for 25 years, the one thing that I learned the most is the biggest deterrent for agents with growing their business is the cost of marketing. So about 15 years ago, I created a class called How to Build Your Business on a Shoestring Budget. So I teach from heavy hitters to inexperienced agents how to build their business through targeted farming, where we take big lists and make them small, and also by authenticity and sharing their story.
Yeah.
So I'm more about networking and teaching agents how to grow their business through low-cost things.
So this is very much
Love
and
that.
always will be. So do I.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was just going to say I really love that because most of the time as new agents, you don't have a lot of money to work with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've learned is, a lot of title company marketing will just be throwing out, hey, let's do a mailer, or hey, let's do some farming or something like that. I like to get to the core of what agents are really in the business for and why they want to market an area and really get to know them so we can tailor a marketing program geared toward them, because as you know, most agents think, they don't understand that marketing is customizable and it's tailored to them. Just because you see Sally doing it on social media one way doesn't mean that's going to be your way. So I like to dive in to learn about them, why they're into the industry, and then really tailor their marketing to them. And what I've learned is that really what they thought they wanted to do is normally what they don't want to do. They have to really figure out internally what they want to do before you even spend money. Because why go spend thousands of dollars on marketing when you don't even know where you want to market? So I'm all about getting to know the agents, getting to know their background, and then really inexpensively gearing the farming and the marketing geared toward that. And then I use Chat GPT or AI to help me customize their marketing plan.
So it's very much, it's an experience for everyone, every agent.
Absolutely.
And it's their vision that you help them to put out there into the real estate space.
Absolutely. The biggest thing I've learned is being an outside resource
Yeah.
where I'm not a realtor or I'm, where it gives them a little bit more, they don't feel as salesy. They, I just break it down conversational. Why are you in this industry? What brought you in? And then that conversation always leads to what they really want to do. And
Yeah.
that's when they get passionate, they get excited, and they build the right marketing plan. So my goal is to just get that out of them, build an inexpensive marketing plan through target farming and then through networking and that kind of thing, and then watching them take off.
I
It's
absolutely
their
love that.
excitement that builds the business.
Any go ahead, Gina.
I was just going to say, so you're saying that because you work with Vault Title and Vault is connected with Red One, you're offering the service to agents within Red One.
Absolutely. And AMP is very important to me because I, over the years, have mentored title reps. I have been that go-to person for a lot of realtors. So I've grown up with them in the industry since I've been doing this for so long. So to have the opportunity to work with AMP and Red One to watch the agents grow is also a title rep's dream, because now instead of running to get business on feet on the street, I'm watching agents grow up inside Red One. And these are clients I've worked with outside, Vault Title in the past, but being able to be that person to help them grow is just what the agents need, because you have one person that have the experience. And I'm also an outside resource because, I'm not a real estate agent. I've been one in the past, but I've also worked with all different types of real estate agents to help them grow their business.
So combining marketing expertise, coaching, all under the Red One umbrella and under the umbrella of AMP.
Exactly. And then another goal we have, and this is a little later in the podcast, is to talk about growing outside of Red One too, because
Love
I've
that.
done I do a ton of classes, which are the value add classes, like how to build your business on a shoestring budget, which is my signature class, because even the heavy hitters don't realize a lot of the tricks of the trade that you can use to grow business.
Is that CE accredited? Is that
It
one
will
of the
be
ones?
CE accredited by end of June.
That's
So
great.
that will be, and then my other goal for Red One is to, I have a large background I've owned a tiny home company. I've owned different outside the box marketing stuff that I've done. So I will also be getting that CE approved. My biggest goal for Red One and for AMP is to get the outside the box marketing, to show people that, number one, it doesn't have to be expensive, and that all you have to be is yourself and authenticity is what sells. And so getting back to the people business, I think, is going to be what's going to grow the agents the most.
So is this a free resource for the agents, or does this cost something? Do they pay something?
Because I'm not a nonprofit and there's 1,150 agents, my exclusive goal is to grow Vault Title up to a 40% capture rate. So
Gotcha.
I will do this for the people. Put it this way: the best way I can tell people, the people that pour into me will be the people I pour into them. Meaning, if you send all your business to another title company, please don't ask me for all my resources. But if we want to grow together, I want to grow together.
Yeah.
And
Loyalty is important.
Yeah. In my call, I believe, my call has been a friend of mine for a long time. I believe in Red One and Vault. So I consider Vault like my second child.
Yeah.
I want to watch it grow into what I know it can be. That is collaboration between the agents and me.
For those of you that have watched past podcasts, Mike Hall, Ken Fairchild, Michelle Brooks, and Bob Petty are our brokers, and Stephanie just referred to Mike Hall. Personal information. Are you from here?
I am, you guys are going to love this. If it's good or bad. Born and raised on the hilltop. I was born and raised on the west side of Columbus.
Love
My
that.
parents owned a bar called Blueberry Hill for 30 years.
Shout out to Blueberry Hill Bar.
So I was born and raised on the west side. I grew my business on the west side. I have almost 14 years sobriety. I'm a 10-year, thank you. I'm a 10-year cancer survivor from Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow.
And I have a 10-year-old little girl. So
what's her
actually, she
name?
just turned 11. Her name is Ava Nicole, and she grew up doing CE classes with me. And she grew up at the closing table. So a lot of the agents out there know her. And
Ava is becoming the best unlicensed or non-practicing title person you know.
Absolutely, yep. And that's another thing about marketing is I now have my dog branded a Red One. So I bring my dog to work every day, and I bring my kid to work. So
Such a little cutie.
it's important to invite people into a world that you enjoy, and that's what Red One has brought me. And working with both of you is I get to enjoy my days now. And
Love
people,
that.
it's a revolving door at the office. So I think the agents are going to really see a difference with Vault and with what we're doing at the office.
So
Thank you.
your answer to my question then is yes, it's a free resource kind of
sorry.
you scratch my
Yes,
back, I'll
yes,
scratch
it is.
yours.
Yes, absolutely. Being a title rep, my income is solely based off of selling title insurance. So I cannot make any money off of real estate or any type of compensation. So my goal is to grow the business, and it'll be a reciprocation of business.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to clarify
Yeah,
that in
thank you.
case, newer agents not familiar with the industry don't really know how that works.
My biggest thing is have them, if they want to reach out to me, I'll schedule a time with them. One thing's very important is I tag team with Mark just to make sure that, I'm a resource I'm not a full-time mentor. So that's very important
Sure.
to really make sure they understand. So like Mark and I and all of us doing it together, I think, but I'm absolutely a free resource to help help them grow their business.
Awesome.
Let's take a quick break, guys. We're going to be right back. Our sponsors, Motto Mortgage and Vault Title, for our next segment, which is the AMP Action Plan. We'll be right back.
Hey, folks, thanks for watching the AMP podcast. I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Motto Mortgage One. Motto focuses on being not like those big banks and using modern technology-driven tools to simplify the home loan process for buyers. Motto Mortgage works to make your deal close faster, cheaper. So reach out to Motto Mortgage One today, where Kyle and Kelly are more than happy to help you with your home buying process. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the AMP podcast. We want to give a quick shout out to one of our great sponsors at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Diana and Clayton have got you covered. If you move into your house within the first year and something goes wrong, like your hot water tank, your air conditioner, your furnace, they are going to help you cover the cost of that so you don't have to do the whole thing out of pocket. So reach out to Diana and Clayton today to get your coverage set up at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Thanks for watching.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the AMP podcast. I'm Mark D'Andrea, the doctor of real estate, your founder of AMP. I'm joined by Gina Warner, one of our co-leaders.
Hello.
And we have a special guest today, Stephanie O'Brien. Stephanie, thanks for updating us on everything that you're doing for both AMP and Red One. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to lead right into our AMP Action Plan, sponsored by Motto Mortgage One. And this is where Gina and I are going to kind of talk about some of the things that the AMP members should be deploying to assist them to start, market, grow, maintain, and sustain their real estate business. Gina, do you mind if I start?
That's fine.
Okay. And I think you get this a lot as well. Guys, on the AMP platform, we have a chat bot that's connected to all 5 of us leaders. We have a Q&A section of our specific Circle AMP platform. We have one-on-one coaching calls. We coach agents on 2 Thursdays a month. Gina did a great
And
coaching.
every Tuesday night.
Gina did a great coaching call last night on Tuesdays, because we also coach people 4 Tuesdays a month. We also have Saturday coaching sessions. These are all recorded.
Yep.
So if our agents that are on the platform miss the meeting, they can come back. We're tickled to death to have launched the agent mentorship platform with Red One. It is specifically designed to help both new and experienced agents grow and maintain and sustain their businesses. There's a lot to learn. You get a lot thrown at you. And that kind of leads us to some of the things that we would find as a high recommendation for what an agent should do when they're first starting their business. I get a lot of this. You can tell me if you do as well, Gina. Handling the time. So
That's interesting, because that's what I was going to talk about, Mark.
well,
We should
okay.
have coordinated.
Well, then we'll just throw it back and forth. So we have 18 steps on the AMP operating system. Way at the top is building a vision and then getting a handle on your time. And we say this often on the platform. Everybody has family, faith, even if it's in themselves, a social life, and many agents have work outside of real estate. So one of the most important things that you and I can coach them on initially, and Stephanie, you can pipe in here when you get a chance, getting a handle on their time, right?
Yeah.
Folks are used to at a job going in, punching in, doing their work, punching out, and coming home. Well, you have a real estate license, you are growing a business. So give us some tips and hints on how to manage time.
Well, I mean, I think Justin is the one on our team on our leadership team that really focuses on time blocking and calendar blocking. And I've learned a lot from him. So shout out to Justin for just keeping that in front of us all the time.
Yes.
The thing about it is most people feel that they need to be multitasking in order to be productive. But I've kind of learned that multitasking is not really an efficient way to work. I mean, you think of it as your brain having tabs, just like your computer.
Mm.
And I am forever having 25, 30 tabs open on my computer at one time.
Mm.
But when we do that to our brain, we leave our brain with all these open loops or open tabs or unfinished items that then cause a mental load in your brain because you didn't get to write it off. You know, it's like when you cross something off a list, something happens to you mentally.
Yes.
You're like, okay, done.
It's an
da-ding,
endorphin rush.
cha-ching.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, my little 19-month-old granddaughter, she says, ta-da, when she accomplishes something. And that's how I feel when I cross something off the list. But multitasking leaves too many things on the list, too many tabs open in your brain, too many loops that aren't closed to the point where it adds a mental load. Like I got that project 90% done, but I got to come back to it. We need to be able to focus on one thing at a time so we can close the loops, so we can have a project 100% done.
Mm.
And you don't have to come back to it because how many tabs can your brain handle at a time? I mean, I know as I'm getting older, sorry, Mark, you and I are, pushing the envelope here, but my brain cannot handle as many loops, as many tasks, as many mental items flowing up in there as it used to be able to. And so as a new agent, you get so much thrown at you. You know, we have an 18-point training platform. If you're a brand new agent, you're going to survive and thrive with Red One. That's a 16, I believe, course program that they take you through.
Boot
And
camp.
Boot
Yep.
camp, all the things that
Getting
like-
signed up on the MLS and Dot
Yep,
Loop
the
and Bold
MLS,
Trail.
Dot Loop, the
Super Key,
CBR offers
business
things
cards.
all the time.
Think about all the marketing stuff that's
All
thrown
the
at
marketing
you.
Yes.
stuff.
You are bombarded.
Yes. And so being able to prioritize what are my top 3 things to work on this week or today, and then knock them out completely, one thing at a time before you move on to another thing. And so I think, multitasking is kind of out of style and focus is in style.
I was coaching with a younger agent the other day. I'm not ageist. I'm just younger. And we tease each other a lot. You get to know agents and it just becomes a conversation. You feel like friends and family. And he was asking me to do something and show him something. And I was starting to do that. And he said, I have a question for you. And I was in the middle of doing it. I said, let me get this done for you. And then don't forget your question. Let's go on to that. He said, what do you mean you can't multitask, old man? And he actually said that to me that way. I said, brother, you say that you're a multitasker. He said, yes, probably a multitasker. Great. I can assure you that I can get more tasks done in a day by getting one done at a time than you can multitasking. And he laughed. We're still debating it, but I agree with you. And it leads perfectly into what I was going to talk about, which is task lists. One of the things that Justin is very proficient at is teaching our agent mentorship platform agents how to combine a schedule or their calendar with daily tasks and affirmations. So I'm encouraging all you new agents out there that are watching this podcast, certainly the agent, the AMP platform team members, go out and get your separate little task list booklet. I don't care what it looks like, 3-ring binder, whatever you want to get. And Monday through Sunday, get up in the morning and make a single task that is focused and intentional on real estate. We've got 5 pillars of prospecting: social media, Bold Trail, open houses, geo-farming, and networking. Nothing that Stephanie's going to talk about or you and I would talk about doesn't fit underneath one of those.
Right.
You can do a lot of stuff, but they fit in those categories. So you wake up Monday morning and you have your morning routine. You've got your real estate task list in front of you. Mark down your task for the day. You don't even have to put a time on it, guys. I mean, you're up for at least 16 hours a day. I don't care when it gets done. Neither do you, as long as it gets done. So task lists are a very effective way for a professional agent to get their work done one task at a time. I love that you, I'm not objective, that you You don't like multitasking either. I just
No.
want to get stuff done.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't mean we get it done perfectly.
Right.
That just means it gets done, and we do get that endorphin rush by marking it off. Oftentimes on a platform, we'll be talking to agents and we'll say, look, life hands you a lot of little boxes, right? You undo the ribbon, you open it up. Oh, okay, got to deal with that. Well, get it done as best you can, put the ribbon back on it, and set it aside. It doesn't have to be perfectly done every time. Just get it done.
Yeah.
So I
One-
don't know.
If I can interject, one thing that I hear talking to the new agents a lot is they're so overwhelmed by the task that I've learned that in my world, I'm the same thing because I'm coming from feet on the street title company to overwhelmed with a lot of agents to work with, where you have to do the hard tasks first. So
Mhm.
the first time every day, my goal is to make 10 phone calls to the agents every day. And if I wait until 1 o'clock to make those calls, they don't get made. So all the tasks I don't like to do, I do first thing in the morning. So I don't have a mental block looking at all these tasks I don't have to do, knowing I have to do them, where I can just get them all done in the morning, where I can go on to the stuff I enjoy. So my biggest suggestion with what you guys just wonderful information would be do the hard stuff first
Yeah.
so you actually do it because
They call that eating the frog.
yeah, so just do it so the rest of the day it's not hindering all of the rest of the day because that's what happens to me and a lot of new agents, I don't want to call that seller. Well, just call them now because
it
you've
done.
already beat yourself up for 2 hours over it. Had you
Yes.
called it, we would have been done with it and not having this conversation. So
right.
have the hard conversations and get the hard stuff done first so you can move on to the fun stuff.
Well, and
Love
I
that.
think the other thing, I read an article just this week about how we tend to give the best of ourselves to things that don't really matter. So, in other words, you know yourself. You know when is your energy level best? When is
Mhm.
your brain the sharpest? And what are you giving yourself to during that time that you're the best? So are we leaving some of these tasks until we're so exhausted from the day that we don't have anything left to do
Mhm.
it, or we just halfway do it and then say it's done, but we didn't do a good job on it? And the article was about using the best part of your day for yourself,
Mhm.
like personal enrichment,
Mm.
affirmations, if you will,
Mm.
maybe your health, getting some exercise, choose yourself 1st
Mhm.
and take care of yourself first, and then go to those next hardest tasks. Use the best brain energy time frame of your day to do the things to take care of yourself and then deal with your hardest items. And that way at the end of the evening when you're exhausted, but like one thing that I do in the end of the evenings when I'm exhausted is I download and upload the AMP recordings.
Yeah.
That doesn't take much brain power. It just takes some time.
Mhm.
And so I try to leave that for the evening when I'm like my brain is fried and I
Mhm.
don't but it's an accomplishment. It's something that I can get done even without a lot of brain power. And the other thing that I was thinking about is that, multitasking, it's not efficient. We just talked about that. But the reason it's not efficient is because your brain can only operate on a higher level for a certain period of time, one thing at a time.
Mhm.
So, like, for example, I can do my hair and think about what I want to talk about on the
Mhm.
AMP podcast,
Mm.
but I can't consult with a client and think about what I'm going to talk about on the AMP podcast.
Yeah.
Those are two higher level
Mhm.
thinking activities that cannot take place at the same time. I can do my dishes and think about what I want to tell a client about a difficult situation. But, you see what I'm saying? There
Yep.
are different
Yeah.
levels of thoughts and intentions and brain activity. And you really have to just choose one of those higher level things to focus on at a time.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
And I think sticking to the schedule is one thing that realtors, I know myself and a lot of agents that I know, especially new agents, chase stuff. And I think what's also important is sticking to the task list and sticking to the schedule, even when the fires come.
Mm.
I see a lot of agents where a small fire will pop up or something, and then that just takes the whole day. So a lot of agents won't adhere to the task that they need to do. And by the time you're chasing that fire or whatever happens, it's 4 o'clock and you haven't gotten anything on your
And
task
you're
list done.
exhausted.
And
Yeah.
you're exhausted. And that's when the meltdown starts. And
Yeah.
that when agents usually lose a lot of their their excitement is,
Right.
and that has to do with just sometimes. And another thing I've learned is not everyone's emergency is your emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of people blow up their day because of little things that could, and myself included. I blew up my day yesterday over a payoff. So, I mean, little things that could be averted or deflected or, directed to someone else, that's something that agents need to learn to do a little more and not let the day run them. They need to run their day.
Right. I think one of the big things that causes agents to stumble when they first come into the business is not actually knowing what to do. But that's where AMP comes in, and our program teaches you as a new agent, these are the things you can do to get your business kickstarted.
Yeah. We make
have our-
agents better faster.
We do. We have our tools that you need to learn, and we have our processes that you need to learn. We have our patterns. We teach agents how to market, what to do, what are some of these things that they need to do on a regular basis. And I've actually worked with a lot of agents who I got my real estate license and they don't know what to do next.
Sure.
And I think that's why AMP is so important. So that agents have someone directing them to actually get them rolling in the right direction.
And accountability.
Yeah,
Agents
that's
have no
big.
accountability.
Yeah.
And when I hear Mark talking or you talking, once they have that accountability and direction, they don't have an excuse. New agents that don't have the directions will flounder, but when you have the expertise of you, at least you have the direction and you have the tasks that you have to do to become successful. Then it's up to the agent. Then if they don't do it, then that's on them. So it's really, you give them the tools. It's just, you can't, lead them to water. And I think it's important that they manage their day. Very important, manage their time during the day, because that's the only way you get to be established agents like you, both of you.
Right.
I
You
hear a
have
lot
to-
of it. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you have to treat it like a job, like a business. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to do real estate and then not do real estate.
But what is doing real estate?
Yeah,
That's
what
what
is
they need to
doing
find
real
out. Yeah.
estate. But setting your day up that you have an appointed time to do real estate and start working, even if you don't feel like you have any work to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's important.
Learn the difference between busy work and growing. A lot
Sure.
of people make busy work into their day. Well, you're just busy. You're not established. You're not
Exactly.
growing, or
And
you're
that
not growing
doesn't
your
mean you're actually producing anything. You're just active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
business. Just shuffling papers.
Just shuffling papers. And
Wrap up this section with just a couple of thoughts. I hear this in coaching a lot. Discipline comes up a lot. And discipline is a double-edged sword. You beat yourself up when you don't think you have it. So change that word in your real estate life to a pattern. I've heard Gina talk about patterns here today. She just didn't say it. She said it once, but that's what she's talking about, a pattern to your life. Stephanie's talking about a pattern to your life. Get into patterns, where you wake up every day and you're doing a particular task. That's a pattern. It doesn't take discipline. It takes a pattern. So recognize the pattern in your life and get through that. Last word on this. Guys, when you get a task done, reward yourself.
Okay.
If you've been intentionally focused on a particular task for an hour or a half hour, I don't care, 15 minutes, give yourself a 5-minute break. Go off and walk around the grass barefoot or read a chapter of a book or play a game on your phone. Reward yourself when you get stuff done. If this wasn't a podcast and I thought it would be taken off of YouTube, I would have used the correct word. Get your stuff done and reward yourself. With that brings that segment to a close. We're going to move on to our Agent Spotlight, sponsored by Vault Title. In just a minute, we'll be right back.
Thank you to our sponsor, Vault Title. The way they can help you is prior to closing, Vault Title will conduct your title search, coordinate all the aspects of the title services with the appropriate parties. They're going to prepare all your necessary documents, schedule your settlement. During the closing, they're going to be accounting for all your funds, reviewing closing documents, dispersing all the mortgage loan and sale proceeds. And after closing, they're going to satisfy all lender requirements, record your transfer documents, and issue your title insurance policy. Whether you're a buyer or seller or an agent looking for a great title company, reach out to Vault Title today, 614-324-2580, or email them team@vault-title.com.
Welcome back to the AMP podcast. Guys, thanks again for liking us and subscribing, hitting that notification bell on all your podcast libraries. We're going to leap right into the Agent Spotlight, sponsored by Vault Title. Gina, Who is an agent that is impressing you of late?
Well,
Or several.
I'm gonna go off script
All right,
because
go off
that's
script.
kind of what I do.
Mhm.
I'm really impressed and just want to give shout out and kudos to all the agents out there who are attempting to build a business in a language that is not your native language.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that. I
Mm.
mean, I speak a tiny bit of Spanish. Took it in high school. I don't remember most of it. I have spent some time in Spanish speaking countries and used it a little bit, but usually it's very localized to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And so I cannot imagine moving to a Spanish speaking country
Mm.
and trying to start my own business or help people with one of the biggest decisions of their life, and by
Yes.
far the biggest financial decision. So these agents, we have many agents in AMP who
Yes.
English is their second language.
Mm.
Kudos to you for something that's really hard.
Yes.
I see that. I don't understand it really because English is my first language, but I can see how that would be very, very difficult and challenging. And good job for stepping up and doing that. And I know, Mark, you would know better
That's a
than me,
great
but we
point.
have several agents in AMP who are killing it, even though English is their second language.
Yes.
And they're working with people groups that I can never touch because I can't speak to them.
Yeah,
So,
that's a great point. Love that. Shout out to all of you guys. We appreciate you entrusting us on the AMP platform to help you grow your business. I think that's a great point. I wanted to kind of follow along that same lines and mention several people. I've been engaged on one-on-one coaching sessions with some of our newer AMP agents, and these are folks that are bringing a particular skill set and drive and engagement to the AMP platform, and I'm very, very proud of all of them. And I wanted to mention Tara Houston, Travis Buena, Shimon Martin, and Bill Martin, who's in Georgia. These are just a sample or a handful of agents who are very engaged in their business, super engaged with AMP, very cooperative, take what you indicate that they might want to do to grow their business and are taking action on it very quickly. We're very patient on the platform. Folks that have joined AMP 4 and 5 years ago are still on the platform. However long it takes, and if you want to stay involved in this culture, this AMP culture, stay involved with this family, by all means, stick around as long as you want. But these agents are getting off to a hot start, and I'm very proud of them. So one more time, Tara Houston, Travis Buena, Shimon Martin, and Bill Martin out of Georgia. Thank you guys so much for being on the AMP platform. We appreciate you. You had somebody you wanted to
I
mention.
do. I'm a new to the AMP platform, but I am tickled pink by an agent, his newer agent. His name is Chad, and I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name, Sankran, out of Dayton.
Close enough.
Very
And
close.
sorry, Chad, if I butchered your name, but I am impressed by him because I gave him a lot. First of all, he was the first agent with Red One to reach out to me when I started. Second one is I gave him a laundry list of things that I wanted him to do before we even started, talking about marketing plans. And he came back with questions, and he called me every day to get clarification and to make sure he did it right. So he took the time to really get to know his business, to get to know the agents in the area, and to get to know how he wanted to build his business. And that it showed that he does the homework that he knows he needs to do to really figure out where he wants to grow. And
Yeah.
that tickled me. It really impressed me on the guidance you're giving him, number one, and number two, the in-depth that he went to really figure it out where he wants to be. And that's what
awesome.
agents need to do. So shout out to Chad, even though I butchered your
Well,
name.
Well done, Chad.
Very well done. Impressed.
I
Very
absolutely
impressed.
love that. Guys, we're going to roll right into the next segment. This is Ask the Coach, sponsored by Safe Pro Home Warranty. Really appreciate the sponsorships that we get here on the AMP podcast. I'm going to ask Daniel a quick question. This is the Ask the Coach section, so I'm going to ask Daniel about what he thinks makes for a really good real estate agent. What makes for a good real estate agent in your mind, Daniel?
No pressure, Dan.
No pressure.
To a photographer, videographer, what makes a good real estate agent? I would say, strictly speaking from my experience of residential, I do have this as a corporate, but residential, it's meeting the needs, like hearing the actual requests. This could be if you're a family, if you have children, or whatever that might be. School districts, maybe. I don't know. More practical stuff, I guess. So it's, I guess, just connecting with people.
That's a great word right
Great
there.
word.
Just connecting. Thank you. I appreciate that, Daniel. It's fun to get the perspective from folks that are outside our business and try to kind of mirror what are they seeing or experiencing versus what we think we're providing. So, Daniel, I appreciate you taking a minute to share that with us. Ask the coach, Gina.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the hook for asking the coach. So, any question of late that an agent mentorship platform team member has asked you that you think you want to do a little deeper dive?
Actually, I had 2 of the similar question within the last few days.
Okay.
And it involved, and you can definitely help us with this. It involved, how do you show proof of funds for cash? So the first question was physical cash.
Mm.
What do you do if someone comes to you and they have $100,000 worth of physical cash? They don't trust banks. They don't have a bank account, but they need to show proof of funds to make a purchase. What do you do?
As a title company, that's a hard one. As first of all, I did a lot of business in Eastern Ohio, so that has happened. I've had
Yes.
someone bring me $18,000 cash. As a title company, we have to have it in an account
Yep.
because anything over $10,000 has to be wired by a title company, and that doesn't go over well with the Amish, if you know, with a lot of the people that pay cash. But with something like that, what I say as a title company is you have to get into some kind of account to show that proof of funds.
Right.
You have to, because I mean, carbon or copying $100 bills isn't,
Exactly.
and you can't bring, no title company is going to allow you to bring cash to closing.
You
It just can't happen.
actually buy with
You
cash
can't,
these
you
days.
can't, and
You
there's
can't.
no way, because it is against federal guidelines. We are governed by the Ohio Division of Insurance, and and government got involved and said anything over $10,000 has to be wired. Anything between $1,000 and $10,000 can be a cashier's check. Anything under $1,000 is the only thing that can be cash.
Right.
No title rep, no notary is going to go carry around $100,000 cash that you bring to closing.
Yeah.
And you can't. So to answer, the best answer I can give as vault title would be, it has to be in an account, and it has to have like an account balance or something showing that it's sitting in there.
Right.
And a lot of times it has to be seasoned too.
Yeah, that was my answer. I was like, well, unfortunately, you can't
You don't have a
actually
choice, yeah.
buy with cash.
Mm.
So you're going to have to put it in the bank regardless. So go ahead and put it in, and then show your proof of funds by the bank statement or the deposit slip or whatever, because you can't actually buy a house with cash.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I love that. I get a lot of agents that are asking me, I've just got my license, and I have people in my sphere that are coming up to me and asking me how I can help them. And so the question that I get asked is, what do I do when somebody asks me about real estate, and how can I help them? Guys, for those of you that are listening, our business will always be a people business.
Always.
So Gina, Justin, Malika, Dana, and I are big fans of doing exactly what Daniel intimated earlier that he expects as a person who's buying and selling a house. Sit down and consult. If it's over the phone, it's fine. But sit down and get to know the people that are asking you for help. It's nearly impossible to go find a house for someone if you don't know what type of home they're looking for. It's definitely impossible to help them buy that home if they're not pre-qualified. It would be wise of you to take a next step for folks that are coming to you for help, to sit down and get to know them, even if you know them really well. Sit down and get to know them even better. Talk about family. Talk about anything you want to talk about. Make your notes, and then you can go from there. So get to know the folks that are asking you for assistance first. Our business does involve a transaction. I get that. Something has to be sold, something has to be bought in order for people to be happy, buyers and sellers, and for everybody to get paid. But this is a people business, so get to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
if
help
you
them out.
do, it also makes your job much more rewarding
Yes.
because you see them accomplish their goals, and that
Yes.
gives you a feeling of satisfaction.
It's so much fun. It makes you emotional, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's so much fun to help, younger folks, it's fun to help everybody, but younger folks, you help them buy their first home, and then you watch their family grow within that home for a number of years. And you stay in, of course, you stay in touch. That's when your job starts, is when they close. You get to watch their kids grow up through social media.
Yeah.
You get the updates. It's just a blast. So get to know your folks. Yes, a transaction may be coming out of it, but that's not the point.
Mhm.
Let's connect with people.
I think people forget it's a people business.
Mm.
People, the biggest thing that I see the disconnect with agents now is some think they're just content creators. They forget to
Mhm.
take people, they put themselves where the people should be the focus. And if you really go in as a consultative sale, you are going to win every time over those people because you really care and you're of service. You're not just spewing
Right.
sales. So I think, that's one of the most important thing that I've seen for new agents that they need to learn is interject. And it's about getting to know them. It's about the relationship, not the sales.
Branding is critical in our business. There's no doubt about it. And we all want to build our brands to the best of our ability. But it all needs to be backed up by action and
Right.
concern and
Well,
curiosity.
There's that old saying, they don't care how much you know until they
Know
know how
much you
much you
care.
care. And it's totally true. They want people today are looking for authenticity.
That's
They're not
marketing these days.
looking for somebody. The buyer consultation thing I did last night, I said, don't spend a bunch of time telling people how many houses you sold and you were the top this or the top that. They truly don't care. You're there to build trust and build a relationship with them to help guide them through this huge part of their life. So, yeah, you can maybe a little bit about yourself and that you are accomplished and you know what you're doing,
Sure.
but then jump on over to helping them understand what it is they're going to be doing and build a relationship where they trust you.
That's
100%.
I love that, and that leads perfectly into our next segment. So we're going to take a quick break. Our next segment is Mindset Matters, and it's sponsored by D.R. Horton. We'll be right back on the AMP podcast.
Thanks for tuning in, and a big shout out to one of our sponsors, D.R. Horton, specifically Justin Phillips and Dusty Riffle with D.R. Horton. Guys, if you're looking for a new build home, D.R. Horton, one of the largest builders in America, has 17 communities across central Ohio. They offer below market interest rates. They offer closing cost incentives. They offer home warranties, and they have many, many move-in ready options. If you need help looking at new build homes today, reach out to D.R. Horton. Justin Phillips and Dusty Riffle are there to help you.
Welcome back to the AMP podcast. Really appreciate you guys joining us here. Daniel, thanks again for all your help to put this together. Gina, thanks for being here. Stephanie, thank you
bet.
for being here. I appreciate you. This is Mindset Matters, and it's sponsored by D.R. Horton. And I'm going to kick it off if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
This is not mine. I was reading this or heard this the other day. And this is something for real estate agents, especially new real estate agents, to definitely keep in mind. And here it is. Fear is the result not so much of being comfortable, it's the result of something being new and that you feel like you can't do it. So it's not about, you're not fearful of something because you're comfortable with it. You're fearful of it because you think you can't do it. So one of the things that we work hard on the AMP platform, Gina, is getting our agents comfortable and confident as quickly as possible. I've said it before. We're going to repeat it a bunch of times. We make agents better faster.
Right.
So you can overcome the fear much more quickly with comfort and confidence rather than it being something you can't do. There's my Mindset Matters for the week. What do you got?
I've got remember the why, and that's a common one.
Oh, yeah.
But man, it just gets to the crux of the matter because, why did you get your real estate license? Was it just a hobby? Was it because you wanted financial freedom for your family? Did you want to be able to plan your own schedule because you have kids at home? What is your why? And we need to keep it in front of us all the time because this is not an easy industry to be involved in.
No, ma'am.
It's super stressful. Dealing with people's emotions all the time is an emotional load for you as the agent. So many things can happen and blow apart deals, and then you're dealing with the emotions of the people that you're representing.
Mhm.
There's complex legal involvement with
Mhm.
real estate. There's so much to learn and ongoing so much to
yeah.
learn. It's not
Sure.
like I learned this little bit of information, I'm good. No, you constantly have to keep up with the changes in laws and compliance and different financing types. There's so much. You will come to a point of discouragement,
Mhm.
frustration, fear
Mm.
of the unknown, or afraid of what you don't even know you don't know. But if you keep the why in front of you, maybe print it out and put it at your desk or make your desktop, screensaver your why, whether it's your children, whether it's you love to travel, whatever it is, the reason that you came into real estate in the first place, keep it in front of you all the time because it will keep you going when things get tough.
I absolutely love that. Stephanie, any last words from you on mindset matters?
I just say keep it simple. Go back to the basics. I think one thing that people overcomplicate stuff. I think we just need to simplify real estate, where we're here to talk to people to give them our assistance in selling houses.
Keep it
Just
simple.
keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Remember your why.
Yep.
And fear is based upon not so much not being comfortable or confident, but your fear that you can't do something.
Right.
So build that confidence.
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the AMP podcast. Stephanie, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Gina, thanks for, being the co-driver there. I appreciate you.
No
Daniel,
problem.
thanks for having us in. Please do join us on the next podcast and certainly watch this one on all your favorite podcast platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe and push that notification bell. We'll see you next time on the Agent Mentorship Platform podcast. Take care, guys.